Well, 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 would you look at the time? Welcome in everybody to Splasher 6 Flight Sim on another cadet training tour Saturday afternoon here in the upper Midwest. How's everybody doing? Uh, Coxper. Hey, hey, welcome in. Coxper Dev Team, welcome in, welcome in. Um, This is a continuation of a little um, series I do every year for kind of an honor of my dad, who was a B-17 pilot in World War II. I fly to all of the locations where he trained in sequential order. And we, yeah, Seb, I had a feeling maybe that might be you, Seb. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, And this is leg number 11B, I'm calling it. We had a little, this is the North Atlantic route that he and the crew ferried a B-17 over to England. Um, and it's the leg of uh, Goose Bay, Labrador to Reykjavik, Iceland. They flew it direct. And um, so we tried it last weekend, had a little bit of an issue, PC, um, flight sim, who knows what it was, but things kind of locked up and didn't go so well. But we're picking up here at, I'm going to try this again, Narsarsuaq, Greenland. And um, and yes, for those of you in chat, Phlox is pointing out that Seb is on the dev team for the MicroProse B17. Um, he is the dev team, I think. And I was just on Discord reading the latest posts on Discord here a little bit ago, and they're keeping things um, current and keeping everybody informed of the latest developments. With the B17 from MicroProse, and all's looking good. So what I've been doing lately in order to get the um, autopilot to work is we have to spawn in hot on the runway. That's why you're seeing the world map here. I've been finding, at least with the previous versions, that spawning in on the ramp, cold and dark, I've been having trouble with the, yes, yes. Then I have a texture artist, a CFG specialist as well on the team. Let's not forget project manager Sergio. Yes, we see Sergio a lot in the Discord discussion. That's awesome. Keeping us up to date on the latest. They just um, made the product available on the um, Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace and with Xbox. So that's a good thing. And things are progressing. Yes. Um, so what we're going to do is I got to also we're going to debut another little feature here on the stream, a little overlay here shortly after we spawn in. So let's get going here. It's taking us to runway 6, I think, which is going to get us pointed into the wind. And so let's hit the start flight and get the ball rolling. We've got about 650, 670 nautical miles to go to get to Reykjavik, Iceland, here from Greenland. Um, so there we go. Skinflints looks like he's queued up. And we'll ready to go here. The other thing I've got to deal with is the sound level, default sound level is very, very loud. Um, I don't know if it's coming through on the stream or not, but at least in my ears, we have to turn it way, way down. And that's been happening since the initial 1.0 release. So looks like, all right, we need to, let's see, I need to lock down that. And I've been using the 750. We've got to load the flight plan because hand flying for the next 4 hours is not really in the cards. But to my knowledge, even the F models did have a rudimentary autopilot, as they might have called it, a gyro pilot. Load PLN, and we're going to go this PC and flight plans, B-17. Oh, cadet training. There we go. And Goose Beta Reykjavik. And we want leg 11B. That's the one I created just today, just for this flight. So one thing I need to do, I'm remiss here, I was jumping in here. I need to take my Discord audio off of deafen. Anybody wants to join me on Discord has time, they're welcome. And then we need to send it to ATC and avionics. Okay. Tab out on that. Find the pop out 750. Get it loading up. Hit the B key for, oh, hopefully that adjusted my altimeter. All right, let's make sure we have a, yes, we do. Okay. Why is that not? It's giving me a direct to BIKF. It has not loaded in my waypoints. All right. It's been, the 750 has been acting up lately. I don't know why. Whenever I make up my, yeah, it's just giving me direct to BIKF. I had waypoints and everything. Okay. So because I wasn't sure about getting up over and out of these um, canyon walls here. So let's get back to OBS over here. And the other thing I want to do before we get going is let's get the 750 adjusted a little bit so we're up here with it, is because somebody special put a lot of effort into this. Back to chat. Ian Fisher, welcome in. Ian, thank you so much. Lieutenant Bob's checking in. Um, I have a new overlay courtesy of Flockstrot's Hangar and Flockstrot. And this is the official debut release. There we go. So Flock's put a lot of effort and energy into this, and it's much appreciated. But we've got the Splasher 6 banner here with the red highlighting like the Royal Flush. A tribute to the 100th Bomb Group. And my dad was a pilot of the Royal Flush from April of 44 to July of 44, flew 35 missions, 6 to Berlin, twice on D-Day, and he also flew the Russian shuttle mission, the first Russian shuttle mission in number 26087, Royal Flush, a Vega built B-17, and down in the lower right-hand corner, uh, Phlox with his expertise pulled the Royal Flush nose art off of an original photo I had of the Royal Flush and put it in the lower right-hand corner. So Dad and the crew are with us flying as we go. So yeah, so very, very nice of him to do that. Just checking up. DH Paradox is checking in. Yes, yeah, Flox overlay. Yes, we got there. Lot of ground to cover. I'm gonna see what we can do here about this flight path. Cause see, I had us going out the delta or the fjords or whatever you want to call it, coming clear out to here and then passing over the tip of Greenland. Um, and for some reason that did not translate. Send ATC. Yeah, it did not play well. I only got a direct to BIKF over Greenland. So yeah, I don't know what our um, altitude we're going to need is. We might take off and then circle to gain some altitude and then take this route. We'll see. Nope, didn't want to do that. Oh, why am I heading up? No, these are settings that are track up is what I want. Constraints are usually on there. I don't know why. Things on the 750, and this has been with other airplanes too, have been a little funky lately. Let's see if the autopilot turns on. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we're good there. We'll turn that off for now. Um, and let's drop the tab there off. Let's get fueled up. That out of the way. I'm going to go to 75% roughly. That should give us plenty enough fuel for about more than 600 and 700 knot miles. All right, so let's close that. Let's get back to the map. 5.8 on the 23rd. Oh, I'll have to check that. I was thinking my latest was 5.6. Thanks, DH. I usually try to stay on top of that. But who knows? You never know. But enough of this. Let's put a notch of flaps in and see if we can climb out of this valley at Narsarsuaq. I always get that wrong. All right, power going in. And we need 25 inches on the, there's 40. Power's going in full. We're gonna release the brakes and do the best we can here. Got quite a bit of a headwind, so we might be up in the air like really fast. There's Lieutenant Bob. We're up in the air. Flaps coming up. So we're going to kind of aim for this notch here and climb out and then turn right to get on the flight path. And hopefully that will get us climb out about 1,000 feet a minute. I think we can do this. Everything hangs in there. Seb, thank you so much for stopping in. Hang out for a while we fly, and I'll tell once we get up in the air and on autopilot, I'll talk more about Dad's experiences. Now, he and the crew flew Goose Bay to Reykjavik direct. Um, I do not, in a B-17 they were ferrying. They did not fly the Royal Flush. And I'm not sure, they might have had auxiliary tanks in the bomb bay, but I never gathered that from talking to any of them, him or the crew when they were alive. But they made the flight direct from Goose Bay to Reykjavik in about 8.5 hours. About 3,000 feet. So I want to get above these hills. Enough that I can divert to the right and pick up on the flight plan. Okay, so let's get heading mode. Let's get the heading bug enlisted here in our general direction. The autopilot started. Get us on heading mode. Get our altitude dialed in. We're going to shoot for 14,000. There's 14. Vertical speed. Thousand feet per minute. That should be all right. Heading bug. Let's make sure we can turn. So we're going to have to turn towards the track here. There, we're starting to climb. There we go. It takes some time for the settings to take, it seems like. All right, we need to go right more. So we're just taking the direct route. Ah, Seb, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate your efforts. Are you going to be able to make it to Flight Sim Expo in St. Paul this year? I was curious. or anyone from the team. $8,000 feet. Afraid not. We are skipping this year. No worries. We'll be there to spread the good word about the B-17. Looks like we're climbing. Looks like everything looks good. Okay. I want to make sure. And there's a whole bunch of approaches that's been added to BIKF. Interesting. I did not do any of this. Anyway, okay. Once we get close to that magenta line, we're going to see if we can hit the nav mode and see if we can lock on. Approaching 10,000 feet. $180 knots, which is doing good for a climb. We're just fine with that. Hopefully everything's going to show up here. A little adjustment on the altimeter. Looks good. We'll get into some more outside shots here. Some outside looks once we get on the magenta line on nav mode and get stabilized and leveled out of the climb mode here. I always like to wait until I get like a wing width touching the line or within the line before I hit the nav mode. Seems like it captures better. Make a little bit of a turn. Shallow the approach and hit nav. Hopefully capture that line. Yep, making more of a turn, looking good. Okay. Start leveling out. Okay. Gosh, I'm not sure why we're so far off the line. Let it do its thing. Timbo back there. Not sure what it's trying to do to me here. But it's got a different line that it's approaching and turning towards. All right. Not sure what that's all about. Does look like it's taking me to the right more. Still climbing though. Looking for 14,000 feet. Just want it to level off. All right. As soon as we level off, looks like we're good. We're going to pull back on the manifold pressure. There's 40. We're going to pull back on RPMs to about 25, 2,500. Pull back to 35 on the manifold. So the one thing that we've been noticing, and this is if Seb, if you're still listening, um, altitude readings seem to be incongruent. We tend to be, or I tend to be 1,000 feet off, and this is Flow Pro reading all this. So I'm at 13,165, but yet on the altimeter on the 17, and we are corrected. Now we are corrected. It was needed it. We're at or about 14,000. And we always kind of have wondered, what that might be if they're all reading data from flight data from SimConnect. I'm assuming if that is just an anomaly that I've been seeing, or if that is an issue that is something that's known. Looks like we're settling in. All right, let's take a step outside. Take a look at. Ooh, I like that. Can't thank you all enough for including the 100th bomb group and the Square D and in the default liveries. I'll be uh, patiently waiting the Royal Flush and the F models. But until then, I'm getting to fly the 100th Bomb Group markings, and that is to me is worth the wait. FYI, transition altitude for Iceland is 7,000 feet, which to standard barrow above that. Okay, gotcha. So I'm assuming you're all staying down around 7,000. I'm seeing Timbo at 12, looks like. Fox is at 8,700. Bob is at 86. Everything seems to be in order, looking good. Seb, thank you so much for hopping in, saying hi. You're always welcome here. We've got three more legs left before we get to Thorpe Abbott's. Anytime that it's handy for you, we'll be doing this at 2 p.m. local time in the future. So thank you so much, Seb, um, for stopping in, saying hi. Much appreciated. Continue the good work. There we go. Locks is AFK for a few, no worries. Viper Strike 95 checking in. Hello, hello. How's Viper doing today? Let's get some shout outs going here. Viper. Viper Strike 95, good friend of the channel. There from almost day one. Oh, there's a flight that's going back a ways. That's the oh, not the Fokker. Can't think of that one. The German tri motor plane that came out in 2020. Was that your Russian flight across Russia? Viper? I can't remember. While we're at it, doing shout outs, one for Foxtrot. Invaluable member of the team. There's another flight in 1-8 Romeo. That looks recent. That looks real recent. Flying the GTN 750 in 1-8 Romeo. Very nice. I still have, and I haven't figured out what to exactly to do with it yet, but I still have the second webcam that's functional, and I've put it there. Kind of a, I don't know, different view. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not, but gives you a different perspective of the the clutter in my room more than anything. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. I had that pointed towards the B-17 model that I have of the Royal Flush. I thought about doing that. Splash, you need to fix your flow overlay. It's cut off on the ends. Yeah, we know that. That was kind of um, a compromise. Um, let's see, cut off on the ends. Just get rid of the flow logo and maybe the registration to make it fit just needs to shrink a little bit. Yeah, I know. I've got to figure out how to do that without um, oh, yeah, it's cut off on the ends. Just get rid of the flow logo. Maybe the registration make it fit. Yeah. Let's see where the flow logo is on that. Trying to see what you mean by the flow logo because I'm seeing left to right, the plane identification is cut off like over here. And then there's the aircraft ID number, flight origination, miles, destination, Southeast Asia, speed, climb and descent rate, altitude. But I don't see what you're saying about the flow logo. I mean, I could turn off the aircraft type. Sorry, the flow logo may already be off. Yeah, I think it is. Um, I can turn off the aircraft type and the heading, maybe. Either that or the vertical speed. Might be able to do that to shorten things up a little bit. Let's see what helps. Just a couple things don't. Yeah, right. Um, Distance, aircraft type. Um, let's turn off aircraft type. That slides it to the left further. I don't want that. Um, yep, getting there. Let's see. I'm thinking. Yeah, but let's go down to the pad numbers. Overlay on bottom. That's right. Yep. Line text. Ian Fisher with a raid. Welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. We're doing a little adjustment to the flow settings for the bottom banner. And flying from Greenland to Iceland on, let's see, network. I'd like to keep in there. Indicated airspeed, vertical speed. Yeah, let's take out vertical speed. Ooh, that did it. That brings everything in. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yep, got it. Yeah, we were talking about that last night when Phlox finished it off. It's like if you put it if I put it at the top, it would be completely covered from by the banner. And I still wanted it, but the bottom works best, but I knew I had to trim it down some. It would be nice if they had a feature where you could stretch it or compact it, you know. No sound. No sound. Um, Hang on. Check 1, 2. Okay, I'm getting sound through my laptop, monitoring the stream. Maybe not any aircraft sound. Is that what you mean, Liam? Because I do have that turned down a wee bit. Um, because it is so doggone loud. Let's try that. It should be. Yeah, no aircraft sound. Okay. Let me work with that. Because I've got settings for that. Hang on. Bring that up a little bit. There, let's try that. I think that might have brought it in a little bit better. Yeah, so this setting here turns it down in my ear because it's loud in my ear. So I have a slider on OBS for the sim sounds as it goes through the stream. So take a listen to that on the stream, somebody, and let me know if that brought the aircraft sound up a little bit. Hopefully this is better. So I bumped it up just a little bit. Hear it okay now. Awesome. Awesome. So let's check out little nav map. See where we're at. Looks like we're just passing over the shoreline, the eastern shoreline. Yeah. All good. See, I had all of this flight mapped out on little nav map to come out the fjord and around this way and then direct, but that did not translate to the GTN 750 for some reason. So far. Very good. Okay. Ground speed 221. Airspeed 200. Engines are around 2,500 RPM. Altitude 13.9. And we look at the flight plan. And I don't know why, but it has already chosen an ILS approach on 10Z. I did not put any of that in there. But we'll wait till we get to closer to Iceland to figure out what runway and what approach we're going to choose. Look at our Keflavik destination. Winds prefer runway 10. So it got that part right. It just picked it automatically. Oh, 0705 knots. That looks good. Okay. Let's see what they have for RNAV approaches. So I'd rather do an RNAV approach. If I had a choice. RNAV 10 is what I'd like to have. Transition Nanobo, Nonbo. Transition Nonbo. That looks good. That's okay. I don't have any problem with that. Transition Nonbo. Takes me to the left a little bit, but that looks okay. I want to load that approach. Nonbo. Mm-hmm. See if it's taking me that way. It is. It's taking me to non-bow, which is fine. Non-bow, RNAV 10. And let's activate that, even though we're still a long ways away. I've got no problem with that. At non-bow, we need to be at 3,000 feet. We'll remember that for later. All right. And we're still on nav, so that's good. Altitude at 14,000. So far, so good. Wow. I look at this over here and see this banner or this overlay. I'm starting to look like a real flight sim streamer. Amazing. Can't thank you enough, Phlox. Even though probably still away from the keyboard, but this is top drawer. Pretty cool. Something that would have taken me a week and a half and pulling all my hair out. You probably did this in about an hour's time, all total. So top of descent is still there. Wind, not bad. 14, 16 knot headwind. Ground speed 221. Let's see what it has for my fuel consumption. Should be plenty enough. Position, sensor data. And we'll have 2,000 gallons left over it. Keflavik. Okay. When Dad and his crew flew there, it was called Meeks Field. And it was a designated stopover for the North Atlantic route. Finishing off the last of my cold coffee. There's Timbo about a half mile out up ahead of me. See, looking at my OBS data, no frames dropped. We're flowing at about 4,200 kbps. About an hour and 7 minutes in. 60 FPS. CPU is running at about 7%. Fingers crossed. So far, so good, flocks. Yep. 494 miles to go. There we go. Lieutenant Bob down there at 9,000 feet, about 4 miles back. It does. It looks really good. The weathering and all that, on the fronts of the wings and the patina is spot on. They modeled it really good. And they got the right shade of green or olive drab green. Yeah, it's how I would envision they would have looked back in the day. That was so nice of Seb to stop in um, and say hey. I met him at the Houston Expo Flight Sim Expo back in Houston in 2023, and I had heard of Cockspur, which he was the uh, owner of and lead developer at the time. I think there was a BizJet plane that he had out, and maybe one other. Um, but I knew of Cockspur at the time, and it's funny. We were the group of us went out for pizza on one of the nights after the expo night, and I was sitting next to this um, young man uh, um, and his English was impeccable, and it really threw me off. And we were, the conversation turned to baseball, and he said, "Ah, I don't follow baseball." And I'm like, "Oh, well, some people don't." But it turns out it was Seb, and he's from Sweden, and um, it made sense that baseball's not a relevant sport in Sweden. Yeah, yeah. I'd love to hear about the inspiration for bringing the B-17 to the sim and some of the behind-scenes modeling and weathering, sounds, etc., and some of the hurdles they encountered and overcame. Um, I have no direct knowledge of this, but I think he was hired after the project was started um, because they announced it. Gosh, did they announce it at Las Vegas Microprose? There's been too many Flight Sim Expos so far. They either, no, I don't think they announced it at Houston, and Vegas was the next one. It must have been announced at Vegas, and um, it was just a video that was placed, with some screenshots and early renderings, and that it was coming. So I don't think they hired him until after that because before that, Microprose had a relationship with the 100th Bomb Group and, B-17s. They still are, I think and hope, developing the next version of B-17 Flying Fortress, the game, um, a resurrection of the game that they had in the 90s. So, but there doesn't seem to be any development on that. This project, however, um, has legs. I mean, their Discord is active, and they're posting updates all the time and engaging with the people on Discord. It's nice to see. Seem to recall Seb coming in after the announcement as well. I believe Seb has been instrumental in moving the project forward. Yeah, oh yeah, I would agree for sure. Um, I hope, and the only reservation I have with a project that's this big, four-engine bomber is not like doing a GA single engine, Comanche or something like that, is that the revenue that the now being on the marketplace affords, that maybe they can get him some help to, I mean, he's a one-man show as far as I know in developing the systems on this project. And there's only so much one person can do. Um, so I hope with the added revenue stream of being on Xbox now and in the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace, that they can um, strengthen their staff. Because this is a great start. And I think from here on out, the updates are going to be more of a regular 2 to 3 week frequency. They had not been over the holiday because A, because of the holiday, and B, because they had all hands on board working with Microsoft to get the project onto the marketplace, which can take months sometimes. So now that that is in the rearview mirror, I think they're devoting more time towards updates. Yes, keep those updates coming. Blocks, can't say enough about the overlay. Um, for those of you who have got in watching late, I have a new overlay that all full credit goes to Foxtrot for engineering the overlay that we debuted today. Can't say enough. Been a long time coming to have a B-17 to share. Dad's story, good stuff. Very welcome. Yeah, it's spot on, man. It's awesome. And it works and everything fits. I kind of scared me when the overlay was not up at the start of the stream. I was thinking, uh-oh, something broke. Nope. I was uh I was waiting for the moment when we spawned in. Yep. I didn't think it would show up well um on the the world map, the spawn in map. So, yep, had to make a splash. Ooh, suddenly the sun is being blocked out. Are we heading to darker clouds ahead? Let's get out a little bit further here. Timbo's still up there. Looking good. Oh, the sun is so low in the sky. That's why. Yeah. And Bob over there. Well, I appreciate you, Phlox. I appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday to at least be in chat and hang out and say hey and fly along, actually. Yeah, a little bit of cloudiness down there. I forget, we're far up in the northern hemisphere that in the wintertime that that sun's going to be way down in the skies. Foxtrot overlays popping up like flak over Berlin. Keeps you on your toes. Never trust quiet skies, Alicia. I just realized I didn't fill in some of my flight destination info on flow. Right, yeah. No, I understand. It's uh it's not easy when one of the team is under the weather. I hope she's on the mend. Well, let's poke the bear here a little bit. What do we got? I was going to change the flow uh, information. Let's see. It was BGBW. Could never remember that. BGBW to BIKF. BIKF, yep. Let's change that in flow. There, departure. BGBW. BGBW. Nope, gotta get rid of the other ones first. BGBW. Thank you. Destination. I don't know if the mileage is going to change when we do this or not. BIKF. F. Yeah, actually it does. That's pretty good. All right. Good deal. Okay. That out of there. 435. Should be pretty close to what our distance is now. Nice. Yep, 434. It's counting down. Cool. Good, good, good. The way the sun is going down, we might be landing in the dark. Seems like we did last time when we did this. Trying to remember if there's any. I don't think there's any instrument lights on this thing yet. Let's go to the interior shot. Go. 116 miles to Nanbo. Yep. Altimeter adjustment, compass adjustment. See, I don't think there's any operable switches up above that are going to give me instrument lights. I haven't explored the panel yet, really, to see. Problem is the tags don't come up either. See, these get highlighted, but they're not, there's no tags to ID anything. I just want to go switching stuff willy-nilly. I don't really know how to change my view. Fluorescent light, dim, bright. See, none of the pop-ups show any ID. So I don't know what all these switches do. Crew visibility, GPS. Yeah, ground elements. That's all that's there for that. That away. There's no way to remove the yoke yet either. These are all mag switches. There's just a lot of stuff that is still panel lights. Yeah, see nothing's active. There's another switch for panel lights that doesn't work. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there. Lieutenant Bob making a move. Wow. Not sure what's going on there. Nav map. Like Timbo's got a little bit more power going in. He's 233 knots. I'm 214. Okay. We're all still heading in the general direction of BIKF though. Yep. Good. Fox. If you're still there, I'm just reading your text right now. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not always the sharpest crayon in the box. That would have been a good idea. Have him go on voice. Goodness. He probably sent me that like 45 minutes ago, I think. Whoops. Yep, hour and a half. Dang it. 15,000 still, looking good. Anything else? 25 inches, 35 manifold. Hopefully we still have fuel. Yep. Back outside to the outside view. Find Lieutenant Bob. Okay, there he is. All right. Seems like I recall last year when we flew this, we had to land in the dark at BIKF. Let's go back in the cockpit. Take a look at the autopilot. Okay, all right. That's what I was thinking. All right. So we'll go back to VCAL. Then, and target waypoint was where we're headed. Nunbo. Okay. NONBO. NONBO. Okay. And it pulls it right up. Nice. Okay. Good. Nunbo. Display messages. Begin descent in an hour and 23 minutes. Sweet. That's what I was looking for. Yep. TOD over 1 hour. That's what I was hoping to do. Good. Let's hope the rest of it goes that easily. I'm going to, since I've got plenty of fuel, I'm going to bump this up to 40 inches. See what that does to our ground speed. Should bump it up a little bit. Headwind increased quite a bit. Up to 20 to 30 knot headwind. 33, 32. Time to hydrate. Timbo, you must have it firewalled because you're still pulling away from me. The 45 does. Oh, that put some soup in it. 223, 224 now. That'll increase the rate. Fuel planning. It still leaves us with 1,800 gallons at destination, so shouldn't be a problem with fuel load. Yeah, 227 now. Do a compass or altimeter calibration. Compass. Looks good. I'm thinking about it. It works out pretty good having this stuff off to the left, because really this A pillar here is blocking line of sight anyway. Lieutenant Bob, the screen looks great. Whom may I ask made it? Oh, do tell. That screen overlay is the courtesy of Foxtrot and his magical skills with paint.net. We need to put down, like in the right hand corner here above Royal Flush, screen overlay courtesy of, real in small print, legible screen overlay courtesy of Foxtrot. Des, uh, Foxtrot Design Group. How's that sound? I'd be up with that. Credit where credit's due, man. Or put it up here by as a little under this right here. Overlay by Foxtrot Design Group. Or Foxtrot Industries. No. And I do, buddy. I do. FTP. FTP Foxtrot Productions. There we go. Or Got Floxed LLC. There we go. Got Floxed. Get Floxed or Got Floxed. That's good. FTP, yeah. Foxtrot Productions. See, we're creating a quite a megalopolis. How do I say it? For you here, we've got uh, Foxtrot Petroleum, and now we've got Foxtrot Productions. Actually, that would work with Foxtrot Fuel. Yes. Oh, well, it's FTP could be Foxtrot Petroleum too. Foxtrot Petroleum. You got to think beyond just gasoline, you know. Oh, yeah. Alicia's popping in. If fuel talks what lifts this crew, no wonder we're cruising at altitude. Just don't let Splasher Dude near the ration book. Good one. Well, I'm closing in on Timbo. We'll pull back to a hair under 40 inches. Top of descent, 59 minutes. Yeah, right. Got to think of fuel first, right? That's true. Yeah, still catching Timbo. Here, hang on a second. Go back to 35 inches. See what that gets us. Good. Good to know. I think even the default fuel loadout would have been enough. These planes seem to be overly adequately equipped with fuel. Still closing on Timbo. Below 35 inches. Go down to 30 inches. Excuse me. I hope I haven't had any feedback, but I hope tipping up the mic when I cough like that is helping. That you're all not getting your ears blasted when I do that. Just thought, challenge coin logo. I wonder if you could use that as a Twitch emote. Cough was subtle enough. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I was thinking about um, trying to work in the challenge coin somewhere. Um, um, and an emote might work. I was thinking of last night putting it on the screen somewhere, but we're starting to kind of run out of real estate. Um, I don't want to plug it up with something else, but maybe reducing it down to um, an emote might might be the trick. I haven't added an emote for so long. I'd have to go look to see how to do it. I know they're really particular about, it has to be so many pixels wide and so many pixels long, and I can help with that. And I think they automated some of that now. Oh, that's nice. Been a while. We can check it out sometime. Yeah, yeah, because I think that challenge coin would be a awesome emote. Yeah, since you made my original emotes, I've never gone back to look to see about looking into different emotes. I see all these other people who are flying that have all these creative looking emotes, especially um, Kata. Kata's got all kinds of creative emotes. I don't know where she gets them. If you make that coin into an emote, just promise it won't get guzzled up with all our virtual fuel credits. Need rations for the next sortie if you want backup on design recon. I'm your wing woman. Awesome. Alicia, what can I say? You're the best. Looks like Bob is moving around again some. That's yes, I think she does. I don't think I have to yeah, so let's see what I say. Confidence is not anything she's lacking in. There, and then we'll take a step outside to watch for a while. Looks like the sun is back for a while. Yes, yes, she's not lacking for confidence, that's for sure. All right, I'm gonna turn off the camera for a second while I stand up and stretch a little bit. Oh, going on 2 hours and 2 minutes in stream. Have to do my splasher jumping jacks. I'm telling you, it is so nice to have a functioning wireless headset mic instead of being chained to the cord. And the other mic I had. And we're back. Excuse me. The other mic probably sounded better, but being able to not have the being chained to the cord, excuse me. Myself the hiccups. Ah, good, good. Yeah, I'm glad of that. I haven't. It's just out of the box. I have not um, run it through any filters or compressors or anything like that. So the only thing I did do was like what I did with the other one. I have these little socks that I have for headset microphones. I put one of those on it. And that was it. Wow, got up to 26 today. Gosh, I think about what a what a long 8 hours that would have been for the rest of the crew, just sitting around on this flight, probably having to, in you know mid to late March of the year, cold as can be. They had to have had all of their heated gear on and really not any walk around space at all. Sit and while away the hours in your heated sheepskin suit. Man, so Alicia says, if we get an engine sputter emote next, I'm blaming whoever skipped refueling. No ration coupons for you. You tell them, Alicia. Cold noise. I'd like to think they could play card games or something. I wouldn't think so. I don't know. I mean, the only the only compartments that had anything that resembled a table would have been the radio room or up in the nose with the navigator. Yeah. I mean, the radio room, there's really no room for like maybe three or four, three or four guys. And up in the cockpit, there's not room for any more than three, pilot, co-pilot, and top turret guy. Oh, Tree would have never made it. Oh, yeah, he'd been the entertainment with dad jokes. Well, if you ask Smitty, I think they would have probably, you know, tied a parachute to him and pushed him out over Greenland. Learn how. Hey, welcome in. Hey, how's it going, Wolfie? Good to see you. Hope everything's going with the future release coming soon. Yeah, Fox, if you've got throw in a link to Wolfie's website with the done released. It's live. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I finally I got the website. Okay, you're on it. Good, good. On chat right now is Lunar Howl, otherwise known as Wolfie. We know him as on in Discord, and soon to be released. Right now, it's the same version you all have. I'm working on an update as we speak, and another project that will be coming soon. Nice. Very cool. Yes, Wolfhound Simulations. And let's see. Let me get that pulled up here, and we'll just drag that over and we'll take a look at it for a minute. Flight sim, that's going to be aircraft. And it's going to be clear at the bottom, probably. Yep. There we go. Available now. Hang on a second. The Rad Cat. Hang on. Drag this over. This is on me. Sorry about that. There we go. The Rad Cat. Available now. A Piper Cub based frame with a Wasp 300 horsepower Wasp Junior engine on the front. Yes. Climbs like a homesick angel. Very nice. Haven't had a chance to scroll down yet very much. Yeah. Nice website. Yeah, I'm kind of picking up a hint right here, maybe. Or here, maybe. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Little teaser. Yes, this plane fly is great. Y'all are thinking about a bush plane, lots of climbability. There's some here's some video. We'll hit the gallery here in a second. Coming soon. Yeah, it says. Very nice. Um, where's the gallery? Let's see. If you go up, you can see gallery of photos. Is that going to be in welcome or products or more? Gallery. Gallery and projects. There we go. There we go. Ah, okay. There's the other projects. AgCat. AgCat Radial. Very nice. Ah, yeah. Very cool. Liveries courtesy of Chunky Flyer. Nice. We clicking on any of these? Let's see. Do we see? There we go. We have an arrow. A little detail on that. Yeah, I like the idea of the radial ag cat. Nice. Turbine ag cat. Very nice. SF-25 motor glider. Interesting. Yeah. Super Cub. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in that. With or without floats. That'll look good. So go check it out. Check out the website. Pick up the Rad Cat. Oh, is it not showing up? There we go. There's the Rad Cat. Back to home. Yeah. Bevy of liveries too. Lots of nice liveries. Click that link, everybody. Go pick it up. Give Wolfie some love and support. And so we can build some more and make some more product. Let's see. I gotta get to the right screen, and there we go. Yes, wolfhoundsimulations.com. Looks like we're 250 miles out. Let's take a step back into the cockpit. There. 50 minutes from top of descent. So I'm going to put back in some power. I'm going to go up to 40 inches. Get things going here a little bit. Get our ground speed up. There we go. Thank you, Phlox, for picking up with that those links. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, you can see the top of descent number time element decreasing as my speed goes up. Means things are working. That's good. Splasher Dude overhauls. Just don't let anyone swap out my Merlin for lawnmower parts again. I still have I still have flashbacks from that last upgrade. Good one, Alicia. No, nobody's touching your Merlin. I wouldn't allow that. Although a Merlin powered lawnmower does pique my interest. That would be an awesome lawnmower. 1200 horsepower. Yes. Freckles was able to cut through the air during those dogfights. Yes. Good one, Phlox. Good one. Oh, 10-4. Hang on a second. We'll go to the outside view. Phlox. Anytime now. There we go. Yep, I'll keep it. Looks like you are closing. I see 1.43, 42, 41. Yep. Unfortunately, I can't. It wants to weave back and forth on autopilot, so you're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know how I can get out of that. And hopefully the distance appearance is going to work. That's the other thing I'm not sure about. Careful there, flocks. Last time someone got that close on my six, they left with a new respect for evasive maneuvers. Roger. Yeah, that with an emphasis on try. Yeah, I still don't think they have the um, LOD appearance down pat yet. You're less than a mile and not showing up beyond your banner. Try to get off my left and behind. That'll be best for the light. That's doable. Man, it's like should should be able to see another airplane within 8/10 of a mile. You're closing, but it's slower now. There's 8/10. 79. I would like to think that you'll start showing up at like a half a mile. I hope. Alicia. Try was the key word. Just don't let your wings get tangled up in all that bravado, fly boy. 0.69. 6.6. You're closing, but it's like super slow. It's 0.60. So are you on heading mode, Phlox? I think that might be the The best way to is go on to heading mode and point yourself towards me. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, yeah, okay. Yep. And then just ease into or out of the throttles. 0.49 and you're still not showing. Man, that's silly. 4.6, 4.5, 4.4. Four two, 4.039. Still not showing up. Three oh. 2.8, 2.7. Welcome in. First time in chat. I'm just going to say El Rosso. 0.21. Welcome to Splasher 6 Flight Sim, where we are doing a flight from Greenland to Iceland. Wow, 0.19. Still not showing up. 0.20. And I mean, that should be close enough to be able to see the dang plane. I wonder if I change my perspective any. That's going to make a difference. Nope, doesn't. We are on Southeast Asia server, flying out over the water, south and west of Reykjavik, Iceland. Man, Phlox, I don't know. You're going to have to get way too close to show up. That's just nuts. Flying the Microprose B-17. In the Square D tail for the 100th Bomb Group. Welcome to come fly with us. You'll need something that'll do 200 knots. Doesn't have to be period correct. Any multi-engine airplane that'll do 200 knots will be perfect. Yeah, you're back to 3.30, 0.30, 31. Yeah, Alicia. Foxtrot, careful welcoming, folks. Next thing you know, they're gunning for your spot on Splasher Dude's wing. Got eyes everywhere tonight. That's AI Alicia. She's my sassy, sassy robot. Ah, there is Alvaro Luso in the F-15. That'll work. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. .8, .17. Also, looks like WP buckwheat. .16. Trying to get flocks in here on formation. Another B-17. It's starting to show up a little bit. It's like the cockpit area is showing up. I'm going to get my finger on the button here. So we got you so the light is good. Oh, there I go. I did that again. I have a touch button on my that will hit the mute if I'm not careful. Wow, 0.12. Goodness. Ah, there we go. You showed up at 0.11. Now we just got to get you in the right frame. A little bit more to your left. All right, I'm going to take that one just so we have something. 0.09. Another one. Let's see, are we still getting feet and legs hanging out underneath? I can't tell. That's supposed to have been fixed. It looks like we are. That was one thing that was supposed to be fixed. Man, if you could get around in the sunlight, Phlox, I got to get a shot of that so we can post that to them because that was on the fix list right there. Yep. Good one. Good one. That was supposed to be fixed. Good shots. You listen to the flight instructor. Good. Stick that wing in his window. Tight formation. Ah, no problem, Phlox. Yeah, I got some good shots. Yeah, especially kind of concerns me with that crew member hanging out. Yep. That was, we'll get a shout out going for him. That was Foxtrot. Little video shout out going here from Foxtrot's hangar. Good friend, supporter of the stream. Had a chance to go visit him last year in September. Oh my goodness, what was this from? Agent Presta. Awesome. Agent Presta, welcome in. DH says, shared pics of my front porch. Oh, 19 degrees and still snowing. Oh my goodness. Let's get to those. We'll bring those up. And Presta, you just got in from shoveling also. Some of our friends on the East Coast getting a little dose of winter. My hangar channel in Flox's Discord, 10-4. Got it. We're gonna go here and here. Oh my. Oh yeah. Wow. All right. Now where do I gotta drag this somehow. There. Yeah, there we go. There we go. DH Paradox's front porch. At least a couple inches there. Probably more. Looks like out further in the yard. Not good. I got a bit of ice chunks at the end of my driveway from last week's snowplow, so might be stuck in for a while. DH says same. Wow. Dang, guys. That is not good. Expand that. Click on that. And go back to OBS. There we go. All right, gonna take a look inside cockpit for a minute. Make sure where we're at on the flight plan. 145 miles out, 16 minutes from top of descent. We got to keep our eye on that. And we've got to go to autopilot because we got to dial down our altitude. Our altitude at our target is 3,000 feet. But if I start doing this, it's going to start descending because that's the way it behaves. So we got to wait till we get to the actual top of descent before I start doing this because that, yep, as soon as I start dialing that down, that is going to start descending. That's the one. Oh yeah, Presta, I hear you. If it's light and fluffy, that is nice. It's way easier to shovel than a wet, heavy snow. All right, so we're gonna wait till 14 minutes. Get to our top of descent. See what that looks like. Yep, there's our TOD. Phillips head. DH, a flight plan got into the 750, but not the one that I loaded from a little nav map, but it was more like a direct flight plan to Keflavik and including an approach. Don't know where that came from, but I had to change the approach runway, but so far so good. Yeah, it it, it did not want to load the flight plan that I made up in a little nav map. So, but I'll go see, make sure that I have the 0.58 latest version. So I might not. I don't know. I think I have 0.56, but I don't remember 0.57 either. I hope so. We'll see. It's manageable either way so far. I mean, um, everything else so far has gone well. DH, I wasn't sure if you were here or not, but we had the lead developer in chat for a while for the MicroProse B17. Seb is his name. Yep. Very early on in the flight. It's like not long after I took off and got up to altitude. He was here for about 20 minutes or so. Yep. No big reveal or anything, but um, made sure that we talked about stuff about the B17. So yeah, it just this is the MicroProse B17 for those of you who are new to the stream here. I'll take a jaunt out. We still have buckwheat and Avalaruso, and it's on the marketplace now and also available in Xbox for those of you interested in vintage bombers from World War II. Available on Xbox and in the marketplace. And we've got an F-15 with us. Awesome, I catch that. And another one back there. I can't tell what it is though. An AD-4W Cores. Looks like some sort of prop. You have to forgive me, guys. I don't have a whole lot of planes loaded right now because I had a hard drive crash about a week ago. Took away all of my add-ons. So I'm slowly building back up. Oh, this is a Corsair. Duh. Which I probably don't have loaded. So you're probably going to look like something else. I have the Corsair, but I just have not reloaded it yet. I lost like almost a terabyte of add-ons. So I'm just now slowly whittling away. And I sent the hard drive out. It was an SSD, um, to see if I could get it recovered, and they wanted like $1,500 to recover it. And it's like, that ain't happening. So I'm getting it back, and I've got a plan B, but it's still going to be weeks away from being able to tell if I can recover any of it. So in the meantime, I'm starting over. I appreciate you guys flying along. If you get a chance, throw a follow down there. I do this little flight once a week on Saturdays in the afternoon here. I'm in the upper Midwest, about 5 hours drive west of Chicago. There's a good shot of the F-15, F-18 Super Hornet, excuse me. Not for sure I saw F-15 earlier. Yep, nice. Thanks for the wing wag. Appreciate that. Yep. Just to give you guys some background, I do this because my dad was a B-17 pilot in World War II. He flew 35 missions with the 100th Bomb Group. Um, yeah, TOD, thank you for the reminder. Probably. I'm getting into 6 minutes to go. Yep, 6 minutes to go. Thank you, DH. Um, yeah, Dad was a B-17 pilot with the 100th Bomb Group, the same 100th Bomb Group in the Masters of the Air series on Apple Plus TV a couple years ago. Um, he flew the famous plane within the group called the Royal Flush, and he flew it with his crew from April of 44 to July of 44. And this little excursion we're on, I call the Cadet Training Tour, where we fly from all the locations where Dad trained at in sequence, starting in Santa Ana, California, and then also on the ferry flight over the North Atlantic route that he and his crew took with a brand new B-17 in March of 1944. And we're on leg number 11, flying from Greenland to Reykjavik, Iceland. And you'll have to forgive me for a little while here. We're near our top of descent. So we got to stay in the cockpit and be aware. Get the altimeter calibrated, get the compass calibrated. Get to top of descent and then dial things down to 3,000 feet and let it descend. And hopefully, yes, it is. It's very drifty, but it's not too bad. It's manageable. This is the B-17 from Microprose. Just released last fall as an early beta version. Now it's in full release, available on the marketplace. and several other aftermarket locations. Pretty sure. Also today, I'm debuting a new overlay from the handiworks of Flockstraat's hanger. Flocks did this overlay for me. Just over the top about it. It has Dad's uh, Royal Flush nose art down here, taken from an original photo. And then 418th Squadron up here, which was the squadron that he was in the 100th. And then over here, the tail number for the Royal Flush, 26087. Just a bang up job by Phlox, man. It's like he whipped this up in probably no more than a couple hours worth of total time. Getting closer to top of descent. I'm actually going to wait till about 2 minutes. And we'll see. Now we'll go down to like a minute and then start descending. Just so we make sure that we are down before we actually need to be there. Or actually, I could wait until we reach the top of descent and see if it starts to take me down manually. Or automatically, that is. Let's do that. Let's see if it'll do it. Minute 55. Starting to see name tags out in the far distance. One minute. Well, that's actually giving me an alarm, a message. Approaching top of descent. Well, that's good. Now let's see if it'll actually descend me. It probably won't because I don't have VNav available. 27 seconds. It's probably going to fly right past it. Approach should be activated. 2, 1, 0. Yeah, it's not doing it, which is fine. We kind of anticipated that. Flight plan procedure approaches. Oh, we didn't activate. We need to do that. Pilot. Start descending. Pull out some power. 30 inches, 25. All right, there we go. Target altitude is 3,000 feet. Still dialing out. 5,000. 39. 5, 2, 1. 3,000. Okay. Yes, I know. We were already at top of descent. Don't know why it keeps doing that. Did it on the last flight. But we are descending. There we go. Pull out about 21 inches. Okay. Let it bring things on down. We're still 76 miles from Nanbo, which is the initial fix. So we still should be good. Flight plan. 3,000 at Nanbo. That all looks good. Good, good, good. If we zoom out a little bit. Here's where we're going. Should be a fairly simple approach. Yep. Nanbo 3,000. 220 knots. Next one is Maddox. Maddox at 200 knots. And that should line us up with 10, runway 10. Next one after that is 1,800 feet. So, good. $11,000 feet. At the activity feed. $65 miles out. Okay. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. Oh yeah, that's the wind speed and direction. Oh, that's the compass direction. Okay. Oh, ground speed dropped quite a bit. Still come back to 30 knots. Speed things up a little bit. Temperature's warming up, 12 degrees Fahrenheit. It was like 9 or 10 below. 8,000 feet. Still descending at 500 feet a minute. Interesting, the airspeed indicator is showing. Reading way higher than what it is in the sim. Figure that out. Buckwheat still hanging in there. Thank you for flying along. Much appreciated. Phlox and Lieutenant Bob still there. Timbo's still there. Nice. 6,000 feet. This must be an AI. PMDG DC-68 SAS Scandinavian Airlines. C6. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody in a. Oh, thanks, Presta. Yeah, kudos to Fox. He uh, he whipped this up like earlier in the week, and well, maybe even a week ago, and we fitted it, played around with it, fit it to OBS, and it was an earlier version. I think last night I flew with an earlier beta version, and after the stream last night, he played around with it a little bit, made some adjustments, and this is the version we're going to go with for a while. So yeah, very appreciative. Yeah, he did this with Chat GPT, some of this. I don't know how Chat GPT and Paint.net. It's magic, above my pay grade. I was watching him do it on Discord last night after the stream, and it's like, but, but, but he'd create something in Chat GPT and pull it right over into Paint. It's like, well, wait, how, what? Does that work? And then we kind of toyed around with the idea of having the cam box in the middle, and I was just like, nah. I used to with my old, but this one takes up a little more space, and it's with it over to the left here. It works just perfect because the A pillar of the airplane window is usually over here and not hurting anything. If there's something here blocking my view for over there, and it works good with the GTN 750 being plopped on top of it a little bit, and and then he came up somehow. I sent him about several pictures of the Royal Flush, and he was able to lift the black and white Royal Flush. This is from an original photo from World War II of the Royal Flush um, nose letters, and he was able to put a faded in border on it and keep it black and white and put it in here in this corner, which is awesome. That just makes it colorly overlay matches the interior paint of the cockpit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wanted an olive drab green, and then we pulled the color of the Splasher 6 letters from the color of the interior of the Royal Flush letters. Um, there's no color photos of the Royal Flush from the period, but from everybody's, okay, I got to see if I'm leveling out at 3,000. I am, but we need to come up a little bit in speed a wee bit. Go to 35 inches. But from everybody's description, it was a red bordered letter with a goldish, yellowish gold interior. And he duplicated that with the Splasher 6 letters. on the overlay. So very happy that turned out well. No, I think I'm going to use it for my permanent overlay from now on. Yeah, because even though I'm, flying these missions, even, it promotes the the reason I'm streaming, you know, is for respect and remembrance of the pilots and the crews and the ground crew and everybody involved with the 100th Bomb Group. That was one of my main intentions, is to promote that. So we're moving right along pretty good. 26 miles out from Nanbo, which will be a right turn. Uh, it did it. It just gave me the death knell. I don't know what is going on, but and that was 3 hours and 17 minutes in. Yeah. Well, let's take a picture of that and make sure it looks like the rest of the other shutdowns we've had. Yeah, device hung. The XGI error, device hung. Yeah, did it, Piper. Yeah, did it. We're just gonna wait. Give it a few more minutes before we hit OK, because when we hit OK, it's gonna. Yeah. So we're gonna wait a minute or two here and see if waiting it out might do something. But this seems to be a Microsoft Flight Simulator thing. I think my next thing might be sending this to Zendesk. I took a picture of the pop-up, and so we've determined it's not graphics card overheating or overclocking, um, but it could be a driver fault. Buckwheat, thank you so much. Apologize for the crash. See you next time. Throw a follow down there. We'll be doing this next week, flying from Reykjavik down to Ireland, and we'll hope we have better luck. But this is what it did last time. Um, so I'm assuming you're all hearing me still on the stream, because the stream is still going. Yep. Okay. But we're going to give it a minute or two. What we're going to do is um, we'll just spawn back in. I'll just keep the stream going. We'll boot the sim back up, and we'll just spawn in at Reykjavik, at BIKF, and then just end the stream from there. So because when I click OK, it's going to crash the sim for sure. Yep. Yeah, this is Phlox is still trying to fly. You could spawn him in the air. Yeah, I tried that last time. We're so close. I might, um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to load the load the flight plan again. And I don't know. Maybe we'll spawn closer and just do the landing. But it was so it's within sight of the airfield. At least do the landing maybe. But let's just go ahead and do that. Well, does this do anything? Oh, no, hang on. No, it still crashed. Interesting. Yeah, see, it's non-responsive. That's gone away. Yeah, it's the sim. It's a sim thing, or else a driver not behaving with the sim. So I think what I'm going to have to do now, since the OK sign went away, is nope, it's still there. Yeah, is hit OK, and that'll kill the sim. Okay, which we knew it would, and it's going to also freak out little nav map. Let's get that going. Sim trim. That's OK. Little nav map. Okay. Okay. All right, that can stay where it's at. And we'll leave all the levers and throttles and everything where they're at. Keep the overlay on there and reboot the sim. Are you flying the newest version of the plane? Yep. Previous one you roll back to? Nope. The new. And did a test flight night before last, Friday afternoon or Thursday afternoon with Lieutenant Bob. Flew from Iowa out to Wyoming, and it did this after 20 minutes then, and I rebooted and respawned on Lieutenant Bob and flew for another 2 hours, and it was fine. In fact, shot one of the best landings that I've ever done in the B-17 that night. So yeah, this is the latest version. So I don't know. Um, I could another thought that I've thought about doing is doing a complete clean install of the graphics driver, which I haven't done for a while. I'm on the latest version. I'm on AMD, the latest driver, but I have not done like a clean graphics driver install. So that might be one thing that might help. I don't know. Okay. There's the start. Free flight. Just when I tried to do a spawn in on top of somebody last time, it did this last week. It did not end well, and it ended up crashing again anyway. So it's not much. Flocks, yeah. All right, let's spawn in on Flocks. Yeah. The thing it did was it spawned me at water level, ground level. So there's Keflavik. And I always forget. Let's see. Spawn. Set his departure. Right. See, 0 feet. How do I make that not 0 feet? That was the problem last time. Click next to the plane, not on it. All right. No. Let's see. Let's go up here. Oh, dang it. All right, let's X that out, clear that out. Okay, Keflavik is up here. All right. Click here. Set as departure. I got to set that as departure, don't I? Yes. Okay. See, the problem is it sets me at 0 feet. If I click fly right now, it's going to do what it did last week. Airborne 15,000. All right, here. Okay, here. Custom. Airborne 15,000. Okay, I don't want 15,000. See, I don't want airborne 15,000. Not that close. Either that or I could circle by hand. Let's see. Doesn't. All right. So we'll do that anyway. And I'll just circle down to descend. Yep, I can slew down. 10-4. All right, let's see if it even spawns. Not so fast. Time. I don't want 23:13. I want daylight. There's 14. Give me some daylight. Thank you. All players. Save and back. All right, custom departure 15,000 feet. Start flight. This is crazy. This is crazy. No. All right. Okay. Ready to fly. Ready to fly. Okay. All right. All right, where are we at here? Let's get some stability first. At least point myself towards, nope. We're heading north. We need to head east. Because our heading was like 100 degrees. There's Timbo. There's the rest of them. Okay. All right. I at least want to get pointed in the right direction before I go slewing anywhere. All right. All right. Lock that down. Slew. Just let it catch up a little bit. 6,000 feet. I'll go down to about 3. Let it catch up. 3,600. 34, 33, 31, 29. Okay, there we go. All right. So, ready for that. Back out of slew. All right. Got to be close. Got to start slowing down. That's the next thing. 20 inches. Pointed to the right direction. Yeah, little nav maps all Twitter pated. Let's just shut that off. Trying to find the runway. Ten. Yeah, I think I see it now. Gear down. Nav map back up. So that would be nice to have. All right. All right, I'm close to 10. Just don't see it. Oh yeah, there's 10. Okay. Gears down. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. All right, I'm right behind you, Bob. Kaharia with the raid. Welcome in on final at Keflavik, Iceland. Welcome, Raiders. Forgive me if I'm not paying attention to chat. Just had a sim lockup, and we're getting back in after about a 3 or 4 hour flight here, coming from Greenland, flying the B-17. Doing good, Karia, thanks. Trying to get the old flying fortress on the ground safely. Just, you caught me just right after a lockup. Not really a CTD, but I've been having freeze up problems with the sim. Seems to be only on the B-17 so far. And let's see if we can get this on the ground. A lot of runway. Make this a good ending. Float this thing a long ways. I'll take that. 162. But come on. More to the right. There we go. Nice. All right. Good. Flaps coming back up. Taking this runway here. Let's see, got to figure out where we're going to taxi to. I think we're going to taxi back that way. Timbo, I see him off to the left. Okay, so that's good. There we go. Beautiful. There's Timbo. One Lieutenant Bob. Nice. Now I just got to figure out how to get from here to there. And I think because I have a overlay, I have an add-on airport for this airport. You guys are floating and I'm not. Okay. That's all right. We'll get it figured out somehow here. Right turn to pull up next to Timbo. There we go. And the brakes. Cool. All right. Well, we salvaged it. Oh, you have scenery add-ons. Yes. Yep. No worries. It's all good. All right. Hop back in. Hey, I'll take a minus 162 on the landing any day. Not at all. Props back, mixture back, shut everything down. Mags off, master and battery off, and strobes and lights. All right. Okay, waiting for flocks to roll in. We'll do a shift C to get out of the view here. Oh yeah, like that. Gotta like that. Where's the other side? I want to see the livery or the nose art. There we go. Up, up, up. There we go. I want to get a shot of that. Okay. All right. Now, there's Bob. Yeah, just form up on me. And we'll do that. Let's see, lock that headset down and get into camera mode. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Out here. There we go. We'll just we'll form up on me in front of our gal Sal. Do it that way. Thank you, thank you. Complete Freedom, welcome in. I saw you pop in there earlier. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it was another stream with a sim lockup. So I have to take the next step and probably I'm thinking maybe do a complete uninstall of the of the driver. So it seems like it started doing this after the latest driver from AMD. Um, so Bob, if you'd move back and to your left a little bit, try that. There you go. Yeah, that'll look good. And then Phlox can fill that space between Timbo and you. And you'll need to turn around 180 degrees also. I see Phlox coming over. Yeah, looks like it. There you go. Better, but you could step up a couple steps. Phlox coming in. You can see the stream. You can, let's see. Phlox, if you, yeah, okay, Timbo comes back a little bit. Phlox, if you go to your left maybe a wee bit. That's okay. I don't know if we can get that much adjustment out of it or not. Let's try that. That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll say that's okay. I want to get the plane in the background in focus, preferably. That looks pretty good. And one and two and three. Okay. So now wide shot. Oh, I got a photo objective. Boeing 737 and some other kind of big tube liner. Okay. Have you turn around, Bob. We'll get a wide shot. Ah, I can do that. There we go. Yeah, yeah, we salvaged it. Gotta have you turn around 180, Bob. There you go. There you go. All right, one, two, three, and we're good. Perfect. Let's see. I want to get the floating planes. Oh, it's gonna remind me I got a picture of something else I didn't care about. And there's a shot of the floating planes. There we go. Perfect. Another. Oh, I got an Embraer 195. Oh boy. Okay, and got it there. Get out of Shift C and we'll get out in the, use that for the closing and see if we've got anybody else flying today on Saturday. Fly Conti is flying right now in X-Plane. He's a good dude. I haven't rated him for a long time. He has rated me in the past with a whole bunch of raiders, and I think we're gonna go throw him some love. Let's see how far he is into his flight. Couple hours. He's probably going to be in an X-plane tube liner, but that's okay. Connie's a good guy. All right. Um, Kaharia, thanks again for the raid. Much love. Thank you so much. If you're still there, appreciate you. Um, Raiders, We are going to carry on to Connie and Presta. Thank you much. Everybody else in chat and flying along today. Timbo, Lieutenant Bob, Phlox, much appreciated. We got her done. Liam, thank you for being in chat today. Appreciate that. And the other guys who are flying along. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot you guys. The noobs who are gone now, looks like. But if you guys are still listening, much appreciated. Um, let's get the raid going for Connie. That's not the screen I want. Why Connie? Raid channel. Let's see if he's on the top 10. Nope. Because he's going to be in X-Plane. That's why. All right. There he is. All right. Going to start the countdown. Next week, Reykjavik to Nuts Corner, Ireland. And if you don't know where Nuts Corner, Ireland is, wait around till next week. You'll know all about it. And here we go with the raid. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And this is Splasher signing out. Take care, everybody.